Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is October 19th, 2024 and Joan Laporta has received overwhelming support as all the Barcelona accounts have been overwhelmingly approved by the club delegates at today's General Assembly. Also, Joan Laporta addressed the General Assembly discussing several topics, and of course, I'm gonna review some of his statements with you. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All of this helps this channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure to hit the goal kit, skip bag, or fanatics. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure to hit the bet us. All links are down below in the description. Now I'll begin with the news that Joan Laporta and his board of directors received overwhelming support today from the club delegates at the General Assembly, as both Barcelona accounts were approved with an overwhelming majority. Now, as you know, today was the 2024 General Assembly where the board of directors and Joan Laporta presented the results of the fiscal year 2023-2024, and where the board also presented the forecast for this fiscal year 2024-2025. Both accounts had to be approved by the club delegates. And of course, there was a lot of opposition to this with Victor Forn, Jean Camproví, and many other groups of club members uniting and insisting that the club delegates reject these accounts and vote no on them. Well, it seems that Laporta and his board emerged victorious as both accounts were approved by overwhelming majority. Now, this was the result of the voting today, and it was announced in a special communication made by the club, where it stated the FC Barcelona Ordinary General Assembly has approved the financial result for the 2023-2024 season, during which the club managed to stop the economic decline of recent years and achieved a positive ordinary profit of 12 million euros. The approval of the 2023-2024 financial result was passed with 452 votes in favor, 156 votes against, and 25 absentees. And the delegate members also approved the budget for the 2024-2025 season, which foresees 893 million euros in operating income and 873 million in operating expenses. And the 2024-2025 budget was passed with 409 votes in favor, 75 against, and 28 absentee votes, and an absolute victory for Joan Laporta, overwhelmingly passing both accounts, the results of the previous fiscal year and the forecast for this fiscal year. Now, the board of directors and Joan Laporta also presented to the club delegates how they were able to achieve the 12 million euro profit this past fiscal year. It's the first time in 8 years that the club has registered profit, because for the last 8 years the club was losing money. And this is how Barcelona were able to achieve for the first time in 8 years profits, and this is what the club announced. Key aspects of the 2023-2024 financial results include an all-time record of over 210 million euro in sponsorship revenue. That's the 30 plus sponsorships that Laporta and the board have been able to sign up. Record sales by the merchandising subsidiary, BLM, or Barca Licensing Merchandise, of nearly 110 million euros, a 72% increase from 2018. And profits from player transfers totaling over 80 million euros. Of course, the transfer profits are only achieved when the sale price exceeds the player's book value. So for example, if you buy a player for 80 million, you sell him for 90, that only counts as 10, not 90. Another significant achievement was the reduction of the payroll by 170 million, from 670 million euros to just over 500. And this decrease brings the club book within UEFA's recommended salary to revenue ratio, which ranges between 55 and 70%. So this is how Barcelona were able to achieve profits for the first time in 8 years by increasing the revenue through sponsorships, through the sale of players, through the sale of merchandising, and of course reducing their expenses, including the reduction of their wage bill. Now, one big contentious point in this General Assembly was, of course, Barca Vision, because according to Laporta's opposition, the Barca Vision valuation is not real, because Barcelona, as you know, sold 49% of Barca Vision to other investors, retaining 51% of the shares in Barca Vision, which according to Laporta and his board are worth 208 million euros. So the 51% shares that Barcelona own are worth 208 million euros. And of course, the opposition of Laporta were saying that that wasn't true, that that was a false valuation, that Barca Vision is not worth the 208 million euros. And in regards to that, of course, Joan Laporta did have an explanation, and he explained the following. Now, Laporta did state that the club did account for the 91 million euro losses, which were as a result of the German investment fund Libero not making the payments that they were supposed to make. And as far as the valuation of Barca Vision itself, Laporta explained that there was no reason to rework the accounts because the valuation is justified, especially with the fact that new companies want to invest in it. For example, Aramark, which is the American company that's in charge of the catering at the Camp Nou. We know they purchased part of the shares of Barca Vision just a few months ago. So Laporta saying the valuation is true. Otherwise, you know, no companies would want to invest in it if the valuation is not true. Now, Joan Laporta also had some statements for the General Assembly, starting with explaining why Xavi Hernandez was sacked and Hansi Flick was hired. And this is what the Barcelona president had to say. I would like to thank Xavi for all the great work he has done with the club, but from the inside, we realized that we needed extra motivation. We are happy with what Flick is doing. I will not hide from you the disappointing we feel about last season. That is why we decided to give a new impetus to the bench and to the physical staff. With the players from La Masia and Flick, success will return to Barcelona. So pretty good explanation there. No need to go into disparaging Xavi or saying, oh, he sucks or nothing like that. Laporta making it very clear. Look, we're thankful to him. Wasn't a good season. Things needed to change. This is why we brought Flick. And with Flick and La Masia, Barcelona will be successful once again. And finally, another point that I would like to highlight is that Joan Laporta talked about the Negreira case. And this is what the Barcelona president had to say. We are winning the Negreira case. We are fighting against everything and everyone. We feel it every day. We are fighting against those who support the Negreira case. They condemned us before judging us. Every time we do well, they bring up the subject. There are people who are angry that we win and we have to defend ourselves. We can't show weaknesses. We have to be strong. I insist that I do not share the apocalyptic prediction of some, which are not there and are not expected. At Barca, we have to be strong to fight against everything. So Joan Laporta is saying that, yes, this past year was pretty horrible as far as the Negreira case, but that we are winning that case. And of course, that is true, because so far there have been zero evidence of Barcelona doing anything illegal or anything wrong in the Negreira case. And of course, Laporta highlighting how Barcelona's opponents are always using that every time Barcelona is doing well because they want to overshadow the success of the club. And finally, Laporta sending a little dig at the opposition like Victor Fon and Jean Camprobi by saying, you know, that he doesn't share the apocalyptic view of these candidates, which that's of course all they've been doing, just talking about how Barcelona's in the ruins and the whole club is going to collapse, is going to cease to exist if Laporta continues. So Joan Laporta there defending himself and at the same time aiming to dig at his opposition. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. Joan Laporta and the board of directors getting an overwhelming support and an overwhelming victory over their opposition. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions down below in regards to the results of this General Assembly. And of course, don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button. And I will see you in the next video. And as always, Peace, Barça.